in the recent few weeks, if you like, and it's a number that's it's sort of a rough number, if you like, in terms of what's happened in terms of cancellation of PPPs, delays in award of PPPs, and also the N1, N2 project, which was put into cold storage, I suppose you could say, for a while. But that's cost Group 5, I think, substantially in short-term order book. So it has been quite damaging for us in terms of what this inability of government to be clear and to follow through on what it says it's going to do. It's a real problem and needs to be addressed. And we are talking to government directly, and they're aware of what are the things which need to be done, I think, in terms of a South African national plan for infrastructure.
It goes without saying what's been happening in South Africa is a concern. We have, as Group 5, extended significantly this highly skilled project team that we have, specialist lawyers, bankers, technical people, many partners that we've worked with closely. And if this inconsistency in terms of the role of these projects continues, I think you will see more scaling back of the players' commitment to developing this marketplace in South Africa. Even ourselves, we are also scaling back our support. Obviously, we're maintaining the position we have in the projects that we have and the core skills, but we're increasingly doing a lot more work outside of our borders elsewhere in Africa. So we do think there is some general government confusion, and this is happening more at a policy level, inconsistency, and I think that's that's where things go wrong. So for instance, on the prisons program, there was international solicitation, international bidders that came forward on a clearly agreed policy from the Department of Correctional Services, supported by the Department of Public Works at the time, to outsource selected correctional facilities, which included the custodial services. Then there was a new minister that came in, that policy direction changed. They wanted to retain the custodial services by the state and just look at the actual prison assets and the maintenance of those assets by the private sector. People were asked to reaffirm they were prepared to accept that concept, which we did. And then suddenly, without any further communications, that project was cancelled about 2 weeks ago, after we had spent tens of millions of rands on submitting a qualifying bid to the department. I've used the word embarrassment, and I do think it's an embarrassment. Certainly, if we talk to our international partners that we were in consortium with, they cannot believe what's happened. Particularly as it's the same government with the same ruling party who's just done a complete about turn in terms of the philosophy of execution behind this project.